YouTubers, this is another video from your friendly neighborhood reviewer, Evelyn. So today we're going to be reviewing the series finale of the K-drama series Big Mouth, or as known in the real title Big Mouth-soo, starring Jong-suk and the female lead Yoona from Girls' Generation. Forgive me if I'm not remembering this woman's name. To be honest, I'm not into K-pop, but like I am interested, but don't remember the names. So let me tell you about Big Mouth. Big Mouth had a great mystery, great intrigue. Everybody on Instagram and whatnot was trying to figure out who Big Mouth was. Now the trouble is, when you create a great mystery and when the reveal happens, sometimes you have to stick it or it doesn't. The reveal doesn't turn out to be nothing much. As talked about in the previous video that I did, if you see the thumbnail there, we found out that Big Mouth is an enterprise organization that was held by the fortune teller guy. His name was No Park. Two other people, which we found out was to be Suntae, Park Chang-ho's friend, and the warden. So Park Chang-ho has figured out he's going to be Big Mouth after the blessing for Miho, and unfortunately we discover in episode 15 Miho gets diagnosed with leukemia. Not stage 1, not stage 2, stage 4, so she's going to die. I have great complaints about this series. They did Miho dirty. God damn it, dirty. From the start she supported Park Chang-ho, financed his career, and they tried to help him, clear his name. But her end result, I'm not going to reveal it, it's nothing great. All the women in the show, they got played by the guys in this show. So she gets diagnosed with cancer and she doesn't say anything. And also Park Chang-ho has announced his candidacy to be mayor to go against the other mayor, Cho Do-hae, whatever his name is. Now let me tell you about the actor who plays the mayor. He turned out to be a great villain at the end of it, but then again, I don't understand his intentions. He wanted to get revenge against the family that murdered his grandfather, but why become evil? I don't get it. I think he got seduced by the power, and his wife as well. Somewhat greedy and somewhat naive. She trusted her husband to a fault, trusted him everything, despite him revealing everything. She was like, okay, I'm going to do it anyway. So to move on from the plot, Park Chang-ho went and pretended that he got murdered by the warden, and there was a great reveal at the end of episode 40 when he turned up to the funeral of the chairman, the guy in the wheelchair that got murdered by Cho Do-hae. And then of course the ending was a great scene of acting. The guy who does Cho Do-hae, he goes with this fake cry. When I saw that, I just started cracking up. I was like, whoa. And the Oscar goes to him for the fake acting of the world. So episode 15 to 16 was pretty rushed. There was the campaign of trying to expose the mayor, and we find out the great conspiracy was that NK Chemical, they had this kind of laboratory thing, whatever, although not this laboratory, they had a fishing kind of market thing, fishing market, but it was disguised of having all the water polluted, basically chemical radiation. The water was filled with chemical radiation, and that's how Miho got infected, because she went under the tunnel and she got infected with some water, which I found to be so who's seen the series of Chernobyl? It turned out to be that if you got exposed so much to this particular water, you just end up dying. I'm thinking, how cruel was that? So episode 15 was discovering that and the mirror race and Park Chang-ho working diligently. But as well, I keep on not knowing how to explain the finale because it was such a big letdown. All this character transformation, we understood that Park Chang-ho was an orphan. I would have wanted them to have a bigger tie of why Big Mouth got together with him. But no, Park Chang-ho got this role down to pure stupidity, and Suntae just felt sorry for him. And Park Chang-ho went and found his true calling as a master manipulator, a con man, but at the same time with a good heart. And he didn't even notice that something was going on with his wife. Even though that Miho, despite Park Chang-ho saying that, I don't want you to get involved, okay, she got involved. But come on. Okay, so the end of episode 15 is essentially the big debate in which Miho does a side mission and calls the men from Park Chang-ho's place And a little side bit, the gang leader from in the prison, Park Chung-ho did fulfill his promise and gave the restaurant to him, even the gang leader can't cook for nothing. So Miho goes and grabs the gang leader and the men, and also Jerry, and they go to the fishing kind of site thing, and they interrogate the people, and then they fight, and then they get the guy who runs the place to confess on camera that that the water and the fishes here is all, you know, mixed with radiation and it's not safe to drink. So she gets that on camera. And at the debate, when Park Chung-ho and Mayor Cho Do-hye are there debating in front of all of Korea about who's going to be the mayor, she goes there with the evidence, and she reveals, she asks in the Q&A portion of the debate, they were going to kick her off because for obvious reasons she's the wife of the opposition, but she goes and says no, that she's there as a victim of NK chemical. And they say why? And then she reveals publicly that she got diagnosed with stage 4 leukemia. And Park Chung-ho is like shocked as well as the fact, because obviously he didn't know. And like, oh my god, I just feel so sorry for Miho. At the end of this, what did she get? She became a martyr, Joan of Arc, bleeding heart. And Park Chung-ho, despite his lifeguard, obviously he's got to be in constant danger. He's got himself an army, a boatload full of money for having the title passed down to him. And of course, well, after the fact, you know, they show the video footage of the guy from the fishing place, the fishing market, whatever. Somebody tell me what's the proper name for this. You know, confirming all these facts. And despite all of that, the mayor, Cho Do-hye, wins the re-election. And then we get a tearful, like now moving on to episode 16, we see that Park Chung-ho's response to Miho being, you know, diagnosed, it was to me somewhat underwhelming. We can see he's obviously tormented, but not enough. There's not enough. From episode 1, he was going to kill himself. He was going to kill himself so Miho can be safe or not, and he was there crying his little heart out. And then by episode 16, he's like complete personality change. I think maybe he blames himself, because at the end of this, all of this was Park Chung-ho's fault for, you know, saying yes to the mayor and putting himself deeper into the situation and not taking care of Miho enough whatsoever. Enough. I'm disappointed with the ending of this series. At the end of it, there's the trial about NK chemical, and the wife of the mayor finally realizes that she's married to a monster. She finally realizes that the mayor went and killed the chairman, the guy in the wheelchair. So she goes and tells Park Chung-ho and whoever by sending a burner phone that she'll testify in the court case that she knew about this and that, you know, the water was, you know, radiated with radiation. But the mayor goes and kidnaps her and puts her in the mental hospital where Park Chung-ho was. So she kind of gets her just desserts because she knew things were going on, and she got greedy as well by the greed. So, you know, we can feel sorry for her just a tiny smidge. But apart from that, like, you know, the law didn't help. And after the court case of the chemical radiation business of the chemical company NK, Miho collapses. And then we get the most kind of like cliche death. This is Miho there, and then she's like, I'm so tired in the hospital bed, and Park Chung-ho doesn't say anything, and she closes her eyes before saying to Park Chung-ho, "Saranghae, Park Chung-ho." And then, and I'm tearing my hair out thinking, come on, like what? And then Park Chung-ho, like his heart went cold or some sort of things, and it's like, I would have shown a bit more emotion and that. And then at the end of it, he buys the building in which the mayor loves to do this deep water kind of like diving, and he refills the water with the chemical radiation water from that fishing plant thing. And then he goes and tells Park Chung-ho whether Park Chung-ho tells the mayor whether he feels sorry for any of the pain that he caused, and he says no. So Park Chung-ho ultimately just says, okay, so I won't care about your pain and I won't feel like I'm committing a sin. And then afterwards, the mayor starts coughing up blood, and then it gets revealed that obviously he filled all the water, the diving water, with the chemical radiation, and the mayor is like spitting up blood, and he ultimately dies. And that's the end. This is the most awful ending of a series. There's so much plot holes, especially the wife of the of the crazy doctor guy. She was never spoken about somewhat again. Her ending was tragic. Miho's end was tragic, and we can feel a little bit more sorry about the wife because she tried to do good at the end as well. Tragic. So, you know, Big Mouth had a great mystery, but the mystery didn't pay off. It was nothing worth going, oh my god, the greatest show ever. I'm just disappointing at the end. So that's the end. Like, you know, Park Chung-ho, you know, a self-fulfilling prophecy. He became Big Mouth. Yeah, like a boat full of, you know, money, men and everything. Hopefully, okay. So we're at the end of the video. I want to say a big thank you to anyone that's made it at the end. I'm currently recovering from a flu, so I don't feel the best. So if you made it to the end, a big thank you. Leave a comment below. What did you think about the finale of Big Mouth? Were you happy with the ending? And what did you expect the ending to be? And to any new viewers, a big thank you. Well, let's keep the channel moving and let's keep the channel growing. And let me know anything else you'd like me to review. And as I leave you always, bye.